Welcome to this short video about RTBi's Project Green. Project Green, also known as the Household Green Index, allows households to record their electricity, gas and water consumption levels, then compare those levels to other houses in their neighbourhood, their state and across all of Australia. Project Green has also been designed to work in the context of schools, allowing classes to compare themselves to other classes in their school and their school versus other schools in the district, and so on. The main aim of Project Green is to help reduce energy and water consumption across Australia by informing households about exactly how much greenhouse gas they contribute and how they can play their part in reducing these emissions. Equally importantly, Project Green is also concerned with educating school children about the impact that emissions have on climate change and how they themselves can begin to make a difference, whatever their age. League tables of classes and schools can bring an element of friendly competition and help motivate school children to remain involved. We should stress at this point that Project Green is completely free to use, and it's also anonymous, except for region and school identifiers that allow us to make comparisons. So, how is the data collected? Once a month, someone from each participating household, let's call them the user, enters their latest figures from their electricity, gas and water bills. As you can see, some simple greenhouse gas and water consumption calculations are shown immediately. The user submits their data, and that's all that is required from them. It literally can take just a few minutes per month. A short time later, when enough data has been collected for that neighbourhood or school, each user will receive an email telling them that their results are ready for viewing. Here's an example of what those results might look like. The first graph shows greenhouse gas emissions compared to other households in the neighbourhood. Hovering the mouse over the graph gives a brief message. In this example, this household's greenhouse gas emissions are worse than their neighbours, and they're getting worse. For help on what to do in this case, look at the information below the graph. Here, there are links to other websites that will tell the user exactly how their household can begin to reduce its emissions. As you probably know, there are many informative government websites that already exist, websites that Project Green can link to and promote where applicable, particularly when trends indicate that a user's results are poor. Obviously, the data collected by Project Green and what it means for energy and green policies on local, regional and national levels is of enormous importance to all areas of government. This next graph shows water consumption. Again, the nearby text gives you links to useful websites to help reduce water consumption. This last graph compares greenhouse gas emissions with all the households in the state that have entered their data into Project Green. If the user has given us their class details, they can compare the households in their class to their whole school, or all the schools in their state, or all schools across Australia. Notice in the top right-hand corner that their rank within all participating households is displayed. This tells them how they're doing compared to everyone else. Each month, Project Green will publish league tables that show whether classes and schools are improving or not. One final thing to mention, all individual results are completely confidential. No one else will be able to view them. Users are actively encouraged to invite their friends to sign up to Project Green. To incentivise participation in the schools version, school children may be eligible to receive, for example, free iTunes downloads. To ensure sufficient incentives, sponsorship will be sought from businesses around Australia, especially those who have a declared interest in green issues. A version of Project Green will be launched aimed at small businesses, encouraging them to save energy and therefore money in the same way as the household version. As well as approaching these small businesses through industry bodies, students and school children can also aid in collecting the data. And since Project Green will be generating reports comparing districts with each other, local councils will also be invited to lend their support. If Project Green can influence just a few % of all consumers, its impact will be enormous. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. We hope it's been informative. If you have any further questions, please contact Chris, c.russell@rtbinnovations.com.